welcome to the Principles of Programming series. In this video, we're going to go over some more Chapter 9 labs in Python. But before we do, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. If you did, thanks and welcome back. Alright, so our first lab in this Python labs video will be Chapter 9 Python's Lab 9-4, which is writing functions that return a value. In our task, in this lab, you complete a partially written Python program that includes a function that returns a value. The program is a simple calculator that prompts the user for two numbers and an operator, which is plus, minus, asterisk, slash, or percentage. The two numbers and the operator are passed to the function where the appropriate arithmetic operation is performed. The result is then returned to the main function where the arithmetic operation and results are displayed. For example, if the user enters 3, 4, and asterisk, the following is displayed. 3.00 times 4.00 equals 12.00. So it's initialized as a double. If you did it as an integer, it would just have 3, 4, but we're going to do it as per the assignment. The source code file provided for the lab includes the necessary variable initialization and input and output statements. Comments are included in the file to help you write the remainder of the program. Task 1, you're going to write the perform operation method that accepts the two numbers and an operand as arguments and returns the result. Task 2, the program accepts two numbers and an operand from the user and displays the results. An example of the program is shown below. Enter the first number, 4, enter the second number, 4, enter an operator, plus, minus, multiplication, division, percentage. So we're going to enter the asterisk, and we'll get 4 times 4 equals 16. So we'll do forwards with that. So let's go ahead and take let's go here. Let's look at our code. What we're left with, we're going to call the perform operation function here. Then we're going to go down and write, this is where most of our work is going to come from, write performance operation function here. Alright, and that's all we have. And I'll call the main function to run the program at the end. Alright, so let's go dive in and see what we got right after this. Alright, let's start on line 14. We're going to call the performance operating function, calling it by clicking results equals perform operation. And then we're going to go number 1, number 2, and operation. So first number, second number, and then the operation. Perform operation. Alright, and when you call it, it should give you an error because we haven't put in the function yet. So let's go down to line 24. Wrong line. Line 24 here. And we're going to write the performance operation here now. Let's look at our code before that. Make sure everything is right. Every once in a while they'll sneak something in that we have to do. Try it like that at first. Okay. Let's go our functions. It's going to be df performance operation perform operation. Line number 2. copy and paste that, change that to minus. And we're going to do LFs for the rest of them as well. Else if opera is asterisk. 1 times number 2. Copy and paste that too. Division. Now this one's going to be different like the last one because if num2 equals 0, and print division by 0 not allowed. Okay. Period. Now we have one more else. One. Equals percentage. And copy and paste these. Make sure they all got quotes and they all have colons. They do. Alright, so this one will be a result. Equals num1 percentage num2. And then last elf. This will indent main. There we go. All right. So my only question is, you should say print 2, but I'm gonna let them see if they run like that format. If not, we'll change it to print. All right. So that was our code. Let's look at it again. Line 14, result, perform operation number 1, number 2 in operation. We went to line 24 and we wrote our function. Let you look at the whole thing before we run it. Everything looks good there. And that's our end. Alright, so let's run this. Remember, we're going to use 4 if it does allow us to run it. Alright, so it did work, so let's go 4. That second number is 4, and then multiply. Asterisk. And 4 times 4. Didn't give us our number, so what we'll do, change these two real quick and see what it does, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, so let's go to print. Print there. And print there. Alright, let's see if that gives us a better. Run 4, asterisks, and there it is. So yes, we found out. Make sure you make these changes too on line 18 and 20. Change that where it says format to print, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so I'll give you one more look at the code so you can pause that. We'll start here on line 14. Then from there we'll go down. You can pause it if you need more time to look at the code. Scroll down to the end. Almost the end. Same thing, if you need more time, just pause that. And then see how we finish. Don't forget to indent, because we have our this line here. Without that line, you can just put you can call the main function without the indent. All right. So that's it for 9-4 in Python. We'll go on to our next lab, which will be Chapter 9 Python Lab 9-5, passing lists to functions. In C++ and Java, it's called passing arrays to function, but in Python, it's going to be passing lists to function. All right. So let's look at our code, or look at our task. In this lab, you complete a partially written Python program that reverses the order of 5 numbers stored in the list. The program should first print the 5 numbers stored in the list. Next, the program passes the list to a function where the numbers are reversed. Finally, the main program should print the reverse numbers. The source code file provided for this lab includes the necessary variables initializations. Comments are included in the file to help you write the remainder of the program. Your instructions: write the reverse list method to reverse the order of the numbers in the list. An example: the original content of list 98765, reverse content of the list 56789. This is going to reverse those for you. So let's look at our code. And we'll go ahead and start on line 10. Print the contents. So let's start with print. And we want it to say original contents of lists. Okay. And we'll leave a colon and we'll leave a space there. We go to 4x in range 5. That is your array or the list, as Python calls it. And let's put a colon here. And next we'll print numbers. Go to print numbers. And here's our array box with X in it. And that's it for that task. Print contents list, original contents of list for X in range. Next we're going to call reverse list function. And we're going to do that by just reverse list. So we'll make it one word. Numbers. Reverse. Spoken wrong this way. Reverseless. Okay, and then we're going to use. Copy and paste this. It's going to be very similar. Print. So print, we're going to do not original but reverse. First contents of lists. And X in range 5 is good for X in range 5 is still the same. And print numbers, X is also the same. So go down. So write reverse list function here. So let's write that function. So restart the function, def, reverse list. And make sure you do it the same as you did when you called it. Values, colon, and then let's do our values. Values start with 4 in a box. Save that box. Come outside the box. And then value 0. Values 4. And then let's do the same thing on the next line, but this time we'll use skip line. Values 3 in the box. Comma, values 1 equals values 1. Just going to reverse it. Try to talk as least as possible because this is easy to get confused. Ends the reverse list. Then all we got to do is make sure our reverse list is cleared up. That is good. Then all we got to do is call the main. And remember, we have this if name equals main. So we're going to indent, and then we're going to call our main. Everything looks good there. And let's take a quick look at the code first before we run it. So go from where we started on line 10, print the contents list. You can look at that if you need that time. Two spaces there, we'll leave it like that. Then we'll go to the end. Remember, go to indent. Everything looks good, no errors. So let's go ahead and run this. And it did work perfectly. We got original contents on 8765 and reverse contents of list 56789. And let's go ahead and calculate it just to make sure. And when we calculate it, while it's calculating, let's look at the code again in case you didn't get it right. That's the bottom of it. Get you to the top of line 10. And on down to the last part. 33. So while we wait for it to calculate, did give us 100%, and our green check mark. So once again, thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day and take care.